Hello everybody, this is Crystal Guardian here to do another tarot reading for the collective. Welcome in. We're using the What's the News deck today. So we're going to see what the news is. I don't know what's going to come out in this reading. We're going to call in our guides, guardians, spirit, ancestors. Please give us your divine guidance and wisdom in this reading today. Any negative energies being sent our way, please return them back to the sender. We ask this in the name of the Most High. Thank you. Okay, so let's see what we have coming out. We have turned party animal, lust, knocked up, oh boy. Sneaky link, lift off, fast action, progression forward, the wait is over. Numbing, self-medicating, addictions, irrational behavior. Kinky ways. We have spilling the beans. Skirt. I don't know what that means. It's SKRT. Quick getaway, runner escaping. And then we have laughter, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. I'm getting this is your energy here with this laughter. This person, whoever we're dealing with here, I guess we're taking a dumpster dive today. This is a whole mess going on here. Oh boy. So we have somebody that was in a sneaky link. It says hidden lover, low-key situationship, side piece, because they were in lustful energy here. It says greed, bareback, inconsiderate. Well, going bareback because this person was a party animal, into sex, drugs, alcohol, surface pleasures. They apparently went bareback and knocked somebody up here. I'm assuming this side piece from the sneaky link, because they had these kinky ways, fetishes, fantasies, sexually open, looking to explore. Now, because they got knocked up, or they got somebody else knocked up, they're trying to escape this with this quick getaway here, runner escaping. And they're trying to numb. It says self-medication, addictions, irrational behavior. They're trying to numb out what's going on and run away from this situation. Now, they could be using drugs or alcohol to try to escape whatever the hell is going on here, because they knocked somebody up or got knocked up. They want to make a quick getaway from any responsibilities that they got by playing these games, being this party animal, having these kinky ways, lusting after third parties, side pieces here with the sneaky link. I feel like the liftoff is your energy, that you're progressing forward. You're not letting this person and their bullshit hold you back anymore. And you're just back here. Somebody spilled the beans. You found out. It says, revealing secrets, the cat's out of the bag, untrustworthy. So this person is obviously very untrustworthy. You found out about this. Either somebody spilled the beans or you found out on your own somehow. Got the heck out of there with a quickness, with the liftoff being here. Left this person to sit in their own bullshit. The mess that they created. Now they're out here doing drugs or drinking, self-medicating, and trying to run away from whatever the situation is. And I feel like you're just sitting back and laughing at the whole situation because this person was such an asshole. So we're going to use the Pulp Tarot. Let me grab the box so you could see it. This is the Pulp Tarot. I'm going to be using this to clarify these cards. So let's just see what's going on with this whole friggin' mess here, because this is a straight up mess. People want to be irresponsible and do this sneaky shit, never thinking about the repercussions to their actions, and then they want to be surprised when shit goes sideways and now all of a sudden somebody's got a baby on the way. Okay, so yeah, all of these cards came out in the reverse. So this person thought they were slick with this sneaky link here. Now they're sitting in this Five of Cups energy, regretting what they did, because now they walk themselves into more than they can handle. So now they're sitting here in deep regret. Now, Five of Cups in the upright is about loss, regret. So I feel like in the reverse, it's even worse. It's more magnified. It's more of a negative energy in the reverse. This person basically blew up their whole life by being an irresponsible asshole who was just worried about having good times without taking any responsibility or thinking about what was going to come of this situation. And so now they're in deep regret. They have no new beginnings coming their way with this Ace of Pentacles being here in the reverse. Basically, they fucked themselves royally. They're stuck now. And then with the Empress in the reverse, this was the energy that this person was in when they were in this situation. Now, whether this is a man or a woman, this is somebody who is very, like I said, there's no abundance coming in for them. This is somebody who is basically just a friggin' mess. Now, the Empress, she's not pregnant in this card, but the Empress is usually pregnant. So, like I said, between the Empress coming out and the Knocked Up, I do feel like there is a child on the way, but this child is not wanted, at least by whoever this reading is about. Now, this could be your past person. This could even be a friend or a family member that you know. This doesn't necessarily have to be somebody you were involved with. This could be somebody you're friends with or somebody that is in your family or something like that. This doesn't necessarily have to be your past person. Take it as it resonates. But I'm getting this person's irresponsible ways basically fucked up their whole life. So let's see why Knocked Up is here. So this came out crossing, the Five of Swords. So there's a lot of battles going on over here. Whoever this is, they could be trying to convince the other person to terminate the pregnancy. I feel like they don't get along with whoever this person is. Now they're tied to them for the rest of their life. But whoever is trying to run away from this situation here, this runner, they don't care if they leave this other person holding the bag and alone. If they got somebody pregnant, they basically don't give a shit if they leave. Like, if you look at this card, this woman has a baby in her hands and she's just out in the cold with this baby. So if this is a man we're talking about and he got a woman pregnant, now whether this was somebody who you were dealing with romantically and they got a third party pregnant, they now want to leave this woman out in the cold. They don't care if they abandon this child and the mother, because they're in this Five of Swords energy where they're only caring about themselves. They don't care who they stab in the back as long as it benefits them. If this was somebody you were involved with and they stabbed you in the back to go to this other person and then got this other person pregnant, they're going to abandon this other person. And if this is, say this was a woman, you're a man and this was a woman, and she ran off to a third party and got pregnant by somebody else, whoever she got pregnant by is looking to abandon her and trying to convince her to get rid of the baby because they don't want it. And they're over there fighting and arguing about this situation. Whichever way this situation is, whether this is, say, a past person or the person that you know is a woman that's pregnant, or this person is, say, a man who got somebody pregnant, they're over here battling over this pregnancy. And whoever the father of the child is, they're planning on abandoning the mother because they're in this Five of Swords energy in the reverse. So this is someone who is extremely sneaky and backstabbing, and like I said, will do anything as long as it benefits them. They're extremely self-serving. So now we got lust, greed, bareback, inconsiderate. Like I said, this person is in this Five of Swords. This is someone who is very inconsiderate. They're just very self-serving. Oop. Dropped a card. We had the Seven of Pentacles come out and the Six of Pentacles. So, like I said, this is somebody with the Six of Pentacles here. I feel like this is somebody who is a taker. This hand that's out here, it kind of looks like sickly, pale, and it's taking from this other hand, taking these pentacles. I feel like this is somebody who's always got their hand out, always, because we have the lust card here, and it says greed. So I feel like this is somebody who's very greedy. Like I said, very self-serving, will do whatever they can to get what they want. But I feel like if they got somebody else pregnant, this is their justice now. This is the universe giving back to them for their selfish, greedy ways. Because with this hand that's giving to this hand, there's the scales of justice on it. So I feel like karma is finally giving this person what they deserve. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like this person, like I said, they're very greedy. They just think that they go to wherever they think that they're going to have a payoff. If you look at her, she's just kind of sitting there with these bags of money. Now, Seven of Pentacles is usually about long-term investments, but I don't feel like in this situation that's what this is. I feel like whoever this is, they go wherever they think the grass is greener, or wherever they think the biggest payoff is going to be for them. And they don't care who they hurt in order to do it. Now, why is turned out here? Yeah, they wanted to go out, have these good times, be a party animal, indulge in these surface pleasures. Now, with the Four of Wands, in most decks, this is about a stable foundation. But if you've seen my other readings with this deck, you know, in this deck, see how it's all these like half-naked women in this Four of Wands. I feel like this, with the lust energy that was here, I feel like this is this person. They just want to chase sex, good times. That's what I get from this particular Four of Wands card. But them partying and chasing after all of this bullshit is what put them in the Tower moment. And now with the Nine of Cups, I feel like this is another card that's kind of, I sometimes take differently in this deck. Usually Nine of Cups is about somebody who, it's wish fulfillment basically, but with this particular card, if you look, the house is like a mess. There's shit all over the table. She's got empty glasses all over. There's like a bottle of liquor here. This is somebody who just very, all I keep hearing is self-indulgent, self-indulgent. This is what the energy is off of this person. Just irresponsible, chasing good times, very self-indulgent, and that's what's creating tower moments in their life, because they thought they could chase these thrills forever and it was never going to catch up to them, and it ended up catching up to them. Now they want to run away here. They don't want to face the responsibility of their actions, but eventually playing these games are going to catch up to you. So let's see, why is this out here? I feel like with the High Priestess coming out, like you warned this person that their games were going to catch up to them sooner or later. They didn't want to listen to you. Because we have the Nine of Swords. So now this person is caught up in this. They want to run away. They want to escape these responsibilities. They're caught up. Now they're having sleepless nights, anxiety, stress, and worry over what they did. With the High Priestess being here, I feel like you warned this person that this was going to happen to them sooner or later. That something was going to happen. That they were eventually, if they kept playing these games, something really bad was going to happen that they wouldn't be able to get out of. And they did not want to listen. And now, because of it, they're facing judgment. They're getting their karma. They're sitting here, like I said, in this, trapped in their, in worry and anxiety, not able to sleep, wanting to run away, not wanting to face these responsibilities. Now, why is lift off here? Fast action, progression forward, the wait is over. So I originally felt like this liftoff could have been your energy. But I'm getting the wait is over more so. Like I said, this could have been a past partner of yours. But this could have been a friend of yours or a family member that was fucking around doing these things that you warned. They wouldn't listen. Now it's catching up to them. And the wait is over because now exactly what you told them was going to happen is happening. Now they have to face these responsibilities for their actions. Now they have to face their karma. The wait is over. This was something that took this person, like, with the fast action. Like, this blindsided this person. They thought this shit was never going to catch up to them. They're trying to hang on to their old life here with the Four of Pentacles. They don't want to give up their partying ways. They're still immature here with this Page of Cups. They're emotionally immature. And with the Eight of Cups in the reverse, they do not want to, like I said, they don't want to lose their old life. They don't want to lose the lust, the kinky ways, the partying, the numbing, self-medicating, drugs and alcohol. And if they have a child, now they're going to have to face responsibility. Their whole freaking life is going to change. They're trying to hang on to their old life. They don't want to walk away from what they had. They're still very emotionally immature. But things are coming to a change. I mean, with the lift off here, their old life is over, basically. And because of that, now they're trying to numb it, self-medicate. So why is that out here? Let's see. Yeah, this was divinely orchestrated to sit this person's ass down with the Hierophant being here. And with the World card, there's the cycle of their old life is coming to an end. And then with the Eight of Wands, this is a rapid, fast change for this person. This is something that they cannot handle. And that is why they're trying to self-medicate and numb out the pain. Because now their kinky ways have caught up with them. They thought it was all fun and games. Yeah, they're not thinking it's all fun and games anymore. With the moon here in the reverse, now they can see the truth. Now their eyes are open. That all of this fun and fetishes and all of this is now got them trapped up. Now they have their eyes open. They're not under these illusions anymore. And now reality is coming crashing down on their heads. Now they're in this Eight of Swords where they're feeling like a victim. They feel like they're trapped. They want to escape and they can't. Now why is spilling the beans out here? Let's see. Like I said, you could have found out about this through someone else telling you, spilling these beans. It says, revealing secrets, the cat's out of the bag, untrustworthy. So you found out about this somehow. Like I said, this could have been an ex that you even stopped dealing with because of the way they were. Now you heard through the grapevine, through mutual friends and family. Not family if you were an ex, but mutual friends or acquaintances about this. You could have saw it on social media. You could have run into this person and they told you themselves. But I feel like you're just sitting over here laughing. And like I said, this doesn't have to be an ex. This doesn't have to be a past person. This can also be a friend or a family member that you warned about this shit. And now it's all happening just like you said it was going to. You found out from somewhere or somebody. Like I said, they could have told you themselves. And the cat's out of the bag. And I'm getting, let me see. With the spill the beans here, this could have been a past person that you got away from with the Six of Swords. Like I said, this is a collective reading, so it's going to be different for each and every person. But I feel like you got out of whatever the situation is. You could have even, if this was a friend or a family member, you could have been trying to help them. But eventually you just couldn't deal with their self-serving, selfish, immature bullshit anymore. So you walked away from the situation. You sailed on to calmer waters here. With the Two of Pentacles, now this could have been someone who put you in a third party and was trying to juggle you. But this can also be you trying to find balance in your own life. And you possibly needing, because you needed balance, sailed on to calmer waters, got away from this person. Now you're just hearing about it through the grapevine. You're in this Queen of Pentacles energy here. You're worrying about your own stability, your own financial come up. You're somebody who is like stable, mature, generous, whether you're a man or a woman with this Queen of Pentacles. That's why I feel like you couldn't be too tolerant of this clown's bullshit. Because the Queen of Pentacles, whether you're a man or a woman, is not going to tolerate somebody who's behaving this way for very long. If this was an ex of yours, like even if this was, say, a brother or a sister or cousin or somebody, eventually you get fed up with this bullshit and go no contact with them. So now we have the Ace of Cups and the Four of Swords coming out on laughter. So I am getting that this could be an ex. And now you're moving on. You could have already moved on to an Ace of Cups, which is about a new romantic beginning. You could have already moved on to an Ace of Cups with someone else. Somebody who's more mature, stable. And now you're just sitting back hearing all this gossip about this clown and you're laughing about the whole thing. If you haven't gone on to a new relationship yet, I do feel like a new one is coming in with this Ace of Cups being here. And with the Four of Swords being here, I feel like whatever happened to this person laid them flat on their back with the Four of Swords being here. Now, usually, this is about like withdrawing to heal. Now, you could have, if you were in this situation with whoever this is and they put you in a third party and you were going through all of this, you could have had to withdraw to heal before moving on to this Ace of Cups. But I am feeling like this is their energy. Like, this is laying them flat out on their back because we have the numbing here. They're trying to self-medicate. They're trying to run away. They don't want to deal with this. This is creating a tower in their life. So let's just see. Get a few more. So now you could be going into a new relationship. If this was a past person, you could be going into a new relationship with a King of Cups. I feel like whether you're a man or a woman, you're in this Queen of Pentacles energy, and you could have this King of Cups energy coming in, whether male or female. This is somebody who is going to give you equal give and take. They're going to be emotionally stable. They're not going to play stupid childish games. They're going to give you the same love, reciprocate the same love that you give to them. They're not going to be off chasing thrills and trying to party and be irresponsible. And I feel like that's what's coming in. And whoever this King of Cups is, like I said, whether it's a man or a woman, they're in this King of Cups energy, whoever is coming in. And this is going to lead to happiness and joy for you. If this was a past person, this is what you now have coming in for you. This Ace of Cups with this King of Cups. And that is going to lead to your happiness and your stability. While this clown is over here trying to run away from their responsibilities and going through these towers and getting ready to abandon whoever this is or be abandoned. And battling with whoever they have to co-parent with. So that's just really sad. And it's like, and for what, you know? Because you were lusting and you wanted to go bareback because of what? For 5 minutes pleasure, you're going to bring a child into this world that you don't want and then try to run off from your responsibilities and leave this kid high and dry. That's, ooh. If this was a past person of yours and you're laughing over this, I could see why, because you really dodged a bullet with this one. This person is a freaking monster, man. So that's the reading. If it resonated with you and you liked it, drop a like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next reading. Have a great day. Bye.